All right. Bundesliga week 4 game. Seat 1 Brandon, seat 2 Vinod, seat 3 Kristian, and seat 4 Santosh. All right, here we go. Brandon, set of 2.
Look, everyone.
Yep, here we go. The Bollywood film Akile Hum Akile Tu is, shall we say, inspired. The beginning of the song, Aisa Zakham Diya Hai, from the film is a direct copy of the 1970 song Child in Time by which English rock band. The band is remembered for another song from 1972 with an iconic 4-note riff that chronicles an accident along a famous. Yep. Almost time.
The Doors.
The Doors, Vinod.
It's Deep Purple.
Deep Purple is correct.
Smoke on the Water. Yeah. Okay.
Smoke on the Water. Yep, the other song.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right. Second direct. As a survivor of the Second World War, Kihachiro Onitsuka made it his mission to help young people and thus started which company, originally called Onitsuka Tiger in 1949, renamed in 1977 after a Latin phrase that translates to a sound mind in a sound body.
A6.
A6 is correct. Vinod set of 2. James Cameron crossed the $200 million cost of production threshold in Hollywood for the first time with Titanic. 3 years before, in 1994, he also became the first to cross the $100 million threshold with which movie based on the French comedy La Totale. It starred Arnold Schwarzenegger as a US government agent trying to balance his double life as a spy with his familial commitments.
True Lies.
True Lies is correct. Which 2023 TV series was adapted by its creator from a 2013 Naughty Dog creation? Gas masks from the source were removed to reveal the character's ghastly appearance, thus increasing the tension and fear. Spores as vectors were changed to tendrils operating like a sentient neural network. Ten seconds.
Pass.
Pass. Kristian?
The Last of Us?
Last of Us is correct.
And before we move on, can I see that question about the smoke on the water? Because it said a 4-note riff, and I'm trying to think, and none of those are 4-note riffs. You could either do a 3 or 7 or like a 12, and none of them are 4 notes, because I clearly thought it was smoke on the water. Is it possible to go back and see that question?
Yeah, it said 4-note because it's just the original part.
All right, so this is Last of Us, so this will be your science squad. Okay, Kristian, Harry Flashman is the protagonist of a series of novels written by George MacDonald Fraser that chronicles the career of the bully Flashman from Tom Brown's school days. In Flashman, the first novel of the series, he finds himself in the First Anglo-Afghan War, which saw a British garrison of 16,000 being reduced to just one survivor. Also called the Massacre of Elphinstone's Army, this incident is called the 1842 Retreat from blank. Fill in the blanks with a national capital.
Kabul?
Yeah, that's simple as that. Kabul. This is Kabul. Second direct. Ferrero Rocher was named after the craggy rock grotto called the Rocher de Massabielle, the site of the Marian apparition. A reported supernatural appearance by Mary, mother of Jesus, at which place. The Marian apparition here was witnessed by 14-year-old shepherd girl Bernadette Sobiros in 1858. She was gathering firewood in the French countryside. Corona named her firstborn daughter after this. 10 seconds.
Lucerne.
Correct, Santosh.
Lords.
Lords is correct.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We're almost there. We're almost
Just
there.
had the L and vowels. We couldn't figure out.
Okay, Santosh, here we go. Which YouTuber with almost 32 million subscribers has built his audience by playing Minecraft anonymously? He revealed his face after a 6-year anonymity in 2022 in a much hyped event, but the underwhelming nature of it saw him lose subscribers.
I think this is Dream.
Correct, this is Dream. So here are 4 YouTubers now in this squad. All right. This epistolary novel, written by Thornton Wilder, takes its title from a crisis of the Roman Republic. It deals with characters and events leading up to which gruesome act, which was committed by 23 to 27 people, although present were 50 to 60 people.
Could you scroll down, please? The Assassination of Julius Caesar.
Correct. And we come to you, Brandon. In the opening scene of The Last of Us, Dr. Newman, an epidemiologist, explains the powerful hold fungus can have over its victims. He also says that it prevents decomposition, and to prove this point, he refers to which real-life petri dish breakthrough from nearly a century ago. In that instance, the fungus lent its name to the breakthrough, that, among other things, saved many a bullfighter's life, commemorated in a memorial to the discovery.
Penicillin.
Penicillium notatum being the fungus there. This is penicillin. All right, Brandon. The year in 1816 is widely regarded as a year without a summer after Mount Tambora erupted in 1815 in the Dutch East Indies. The eruption seriously altered precipitation and temperatures, leading to the first global pandemic of which waterborne disease. This pandemic emerging from India in 1817 has long been blamed on pilgrims at the Kumbh Mela, but modern research has rejected this.
Cholera.
Cholera is correct.
Nice.
And Vinod, Tracy won bronze in netball at the 1998 Commonwealth Games. 20 years later, Tracy led England as coach to a netball gold at the 2018 Commonwealth Games. That makes her the only medalist from a family at a national tournament, something her 2 brothers are united in their failure to achieve. What is her surname?
Neville.
Yeah, Gary Neville, his brother. Gary and Phil Neville. Okay, Vinod. The Beto or Boatneck was a signature of Audrey Hepburn and came to be known after a character she played in a 1954 Billy Wilder movie, which also starred Bogart. Edith Head won an Oscar for the movie's costumes, which featured an iconic black dress with a boat neck. Favored also by Meghan Markle, what is the name of this bewitching neckline? Yeah, almost time. Did you answer, Vinod?
Holly.
Brandon?
Pass.
Pass. Kristian?
Pass.
Okay, Santosh.
Sabrina.
Sabrina is correct. All the reference to the
Oh,
teenage witch there, bewitching neckline.
Good.
Different. All right, Kristian. In the Percy Jackson book series by Rick Riordan, Ladon is described as being terrifying, enormous, with 100 heads, like 100 pythons had been fused together. The name of this creature is the same as that of the dragon in the Garden of Hesperides, whose primary job was to do what? In one version, Hercules killed this creature as part of his 11th or penultimate labor.
guard the golden apples.
We've seen the image as well. Guarding golden apples.
I didn't even realize.
All right. In 2003, which actress wore gold-colored Onitsuka Taichi sneakers with black stripes, with her yellow outfit for a memorable role? This yellow outfit was inspired by Bruce Lee's clothing in his final film, Game of Death. And interestingly, Onitsuka Tiger partnered with Bait in 2015 to create the iconic Bruce Lee series.
Uma Thurman.
Correct. Uma Thurman and Santosh, which all alliteratively named French starlet, who popularized it in the 50s, lends her name to this style of wide open neckline that exposes the shoulders. She is the oldest of the four surviving people mentioned by name in We Didn't Start the Fire and refused the French Legion of Honor when offered in 1985.
Don't remember if she was in We Didn't Start the Fire, but Bridget Bardot.
Correct. Bridget Bardot. Well done.
Bardot, Budapest.
Yeah, that's what. Another common wrong guess is Doris Day to this question. So, okay, Santosh. Which German chemist's memory of the 1816 famine experienced as a child in Darmstadt, induced by the year without a summer, led him to introduce the concept of mineral fertilizer. He has been described as the father of the fertilizer industry and also popularized an earlier invention for condensing vapors, which has since become famous as his eponymous contribution.
I'll say Haber.
Haber is a few years later. This is not Haber. Oh, sorry. Brandon?
Pass.
Vinod?
Wix.
Wix, no? Kristian?
Pass.
Pass. All right. So who's under whose name the condenser is there? Eponymous condenser.
Liebig. Oh.
Oh yes, correct. This is Liebig, Justice Liebig. Liebig condenser. Okay, Brandon. Ashton Kutcher's investing firm, A Grade Investment, was one of the participants in the first round of funding for which EdTech company founded by Louis von Ahn and Severin Hucker. The DET, where ET stands for English Test, is a certification program offered by this company and recognized by many universities as an alternative English proficiency test.
Excuse
'Desk'. I don't know.
No, Kristian?
Duolingo?
Correct. D for Duolingo here. This is Duolingo.
Yeah.
Behrouz is a former Indian Test cricketer, but it's her younger sister who has blazed a trail for herself in the sport. She holds a record for delivering the most balls by any woman cricketer in women's Test history. In 1986, when refused entry to the Lord's Pavilion while captaining India on their tour of England, she quipped that the MCC should change its name to MCP. What is the surname of this sister pair? The only pair of sisters to represent India in Test cricket.
No, I don't know.
Okay, no, Vinod?
Idalji.
Yeah, Idalji is correct. This is Diana Idalji. From this is Diana Idalji. Vinod. Of the three continental terrae on planet Venus, if the Lada Terra is located in the north, the Aphrodite Terra is located near the equator, which terrae, named after an Akkadian goddess of love, war, and fertility, is located in the north and is the second biggest out of the three. A lifeless, massive, lumbering exercise in failed comedy from 1987 shares its name with the terrae/goddess.
Oh, God.
5 seconds.
Pass.
Pass. Brandon.
Pass.
Kristian.
Ishtar.
Ishtar is correct. This is by Elaine May. Ishtar. Second direct, codenamed LGM-30, which intercontinental ballistic missile is the only land-based ICBM currently in service in the US. The name was originally used during the American Revolutionary War for colonial soldiers who had to be ready to fight on extremely short notice. 5 seconds.
Loaded gun missile.
No, Brandon.
Suppose I have to start guessing. I'll say Minuteman.
Yeah, that is correct. This is Minuteman. Well done. Minutemen and Kristian. In The Last of Us, the fungal infections grow in the body in a tentacular form after being bitten by the infected. Caused by organelle called nematocyst, what rather painful experience in the real world inspired the look of the fungal infection? The creature responsible is a type of Mediarian and not what its common name might suggest. Additionally, it is 95% water and is not comprised of the material in its common name.
So like a jellyfish sting.
That's correct. This is a jellyfish sting. Next, direct. He was born in 1916, Amiens, Lebanon, in a multilingual household, which accounts for his worldview and his fluency in Arabic, French, and English. Before gaining recognition as a writer and philosopher, he had a successful career as a derivative trader. Who is he? Popular for the concept of black swan, a term that refers to unpredictable events that have widespread consequences.
Harari.
No, Brandon?
Pass.
Santosh?
Talib.
Yes, correct. Nassim Nicholas Taleb. All right, Santosh. This 2020 movie by Pontecorvo tells the story of three shepherd children seeing apparitions of an angel that culminated with the miracle of the sun in 1970, which was witnessed by 70,000 people in this small Iberian town. This Marian apparition is commonly called Our Lady of Blank, after which town that shares its name with the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad and his first wife Khadija.
I'll say Jacinta or San Jacinta.
No, Brandon?
Fatima.
Fatima is correct.
Ah.
Fatima is. Next, direct. An internet meme involving Duolingo is about Duo, the green cartoon mascot being evil, who will stalk users if they do not use the app regularly. What kind of creature is Duo?
An owl.
Yeah, simple as that. It's an owl. So these are the logos. Okay, Brandon. Name the filmmaking technique where post-sunset sequences are filmed outdoors while the sun is still out with a filter over the camera lens. The original French and pejorative name for the technique lends its name to a 1973 through 4 movie. The title's English translation refers to what the technique is called in the Anglophone world.
Day for night.
Day for night is correct. Second round. In
What is the
flashback.
other? What is the alternative answer? Say
La
French
Nuit
or-
Americaine is the original
La
title.
Nuit America.
I see. All right.
1, 2, 1. Pass, Brandon. Pass, Brandon. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
La Nuit America. Okay. In Flashman, in the Great Game, Harry Flashman gets embroiled in 1857 Indian mutiny and comes face to face with which real-life indomitable queen. He attempts to seduce her and tries to convince her to surrender, though his efforts are stymied after an encounter with the Thuggis. She died in June 1858 after being wounded during the British counterattack at Gwalior.
I don't know. Begum Samro.
Okay, no, Vinod?
Rani of Jhansi.
Yeah, Jhansi Ki Rani is correct, or Rani Lakshmi Bai. Okay, Vinod. With their motto, seek discomfort. By what name do we know the YouTube channel co-run by friends Thomas Bragg, Amar Kandil, Matt Dajer, and Derin Emre? They aim to make people overcome their fears, be spontaneous, and never turn down an adventure, a fact reflected in their channel name.
Say yes.
Say yes is not correct. Brandon?
Pass.
Pass, Kristian?
Is it Try Guys?
No, Santosh.
Can't remember. Pass.
Okay, so sneakily they have said, so this expands to their name as well. This is Yes Theory.
Oh.
Say yes was close
Oh,
enough.
it's Theory. Okay.
Yes Theory. Okay, Vinod. Asics sponsored the Oriental Witches, a well-known Japanese women's team nickname that became popular in the early 60s when they won 24 consecutive victories against European teams. Buoyed by the team's success, the sport debuted at the 1964 Tokyo Olympics where they won gold. In which sport did they compete?
Handball.
Handball is not correct. Brandon?
Pass.
Santosh?
Volleyball?
Correct. Volleyball. It is. You can see the green dot there on the back. This is volleyball. And Kristian. Learning which constructed language through the Duolingo app might help understand the opera You with libretto provided by Keith Ligatlin and Mark Okrand. Not like the Big Bang Theory crowd would have any difficulty. Interestingly, it was linguist Okrand who also constructed the language, although the first words were made by the actor James Scotty Doohan in 1979.
Klingon?
Klingon it is, second direct, with the plot based on an Ernest Hemingway novel of the same name and William Faulkner being a score screenwriter, which 1944 Howard Hawks movie is the only one ever to have contributions to the story by two Lit Nobel laureate. The original novel is the story of a man trying to support his family during the Great Depression, a social commentary on the dynamics between the privileged and the not so fortunate. The film is notable for being the screen debut of a legend who would later marry the lead actor.
The Have and the Have-Nots?
I'll prompt you. It's the name of a film, so I want it correct. I'll prompt you.
The Haves and the Have-Nots? I don't know.
Move on.
The exact title. Yeah, then it's To Have and Have Not.
To have and have not. I saw
Oh, that's what it's called. Okay. I just didn't know that that's what it's called.
have not. Okay. Santosh. Alpha Regio, Beta Regio, and a mountain massif on Venus have the distinction of being the only three surface features on the planet to not be named after women. This massif is named after which Scottish scientist whose prediction of the existence of radio waves ultimately led to its discovery?
Alexander Graham Bell?
Brandon?
Pass.
Vinod?
Pass.
Pass.
Famous Scottish scientist. James Clerk.
Ugh.
Operating from 1959 to 1962, version 1 of which family of missiles was the US's first multi-stage ICBM. A non-military variant of version 2 from the same family was used as a launch vehicle for all 12 missions of NASA's Gemini program. The term refers to a family of giants in Greek mythology born of Uranus and Gaia and ruling the earth until overthrown by the Olympian gods.
I'll say Titan.
Correct. Titan it is. Halfway through there, Brandon. In the Percy Jackson book series, Dr. Thorne is a powerful monster serving Kronos who poses as a human teacher at Westover Hall. Dr. Thorne is really a creature with the body of a lion and the tail of a scorpion, mirroring the appearance of which creature in Greek mythology, whose name is actually from an old Persian word meaning man-eater. Blank Secret is the second novel in the Indian fantasy author Samit Basu's Game World trilogy.
Manticore.
That is correct. Manticore. From the Greek word meaning manticoras. On the Ides of March 1917, a 304-year-long royal dynasty came to an end, ushering in the Bolshevik rule, after which emperor signed his abdication paper. The next year, he and his family were taken captive and executed before a firing squad. Shown here is him with his family.
Nicholas II.
Correct. Nicholas II, 2-on-2 there. Vinod. The song, plot, and even the poster of the Bollywood film Akele Hum Akele Tum are heavily inspired. The poster of which 1993 film starring Richard Gere in the titular role and Lena Olin inspired the primary signage of Akele Hum Akele Tum. The titular surname is ranked number 5 in terms of the most common surnames in US and remains the most widespread surname in Wales. Need an answer?
Why didn't they ask Evans?
Okay, no. Brandon?
Pass.
Kristian?
Is it called Mrs. Jones?
I'll prompt you.
Oh my god, what? Mr. Jones.
Yes, Mr. Jones.
Nice.
Mr. Jones.
Well done.
Just saying Jones would have
I
been
had the
fine.
surname. I just didn't know what to do with it. That's a good answer.
Yeah, just saying Jones would have been fine as well. All right, Vinod.
Oh, just saying Jones.
Although her upbringing and career are predominantly associated with a South American nation, blank Isabel Mebarak Ripoll's father is William Mebarak Chadi of Lebanese descent, with her family emigrating only in the 19th century, who is being described whose Middle Eastern influences are evident in her music performances.
Shakira.
Shakira. Yep. Kristian. These former BuzzFeed employees are known for testing a wide range of activities, such as testing their sperm count, raising toddlers, shaving their legs, wearing women's underwear, and even attempting to eat whole fast food menus. Founded by Keith Habersberger, Zach Cornfield, Eugene Lee Yang, and Ned Fulmer, under what YouTube channel name have the quartet made their mark?
And then I'll try Guys again.
Yeah, this is Try Guys. Yeah.
Try again.
On the Ides of March 1939, Nazi Germany marched into the provinces of Bohemia and Moravia and seized those territories. They effectively wiped off which landlocked country from Central Europe just 6 months after their leaders ceded the Sudetenland, and 5 years after they lost the FIFA World Cup final to Italy. Shown here is their football association logo.
Czechia. Or Czech Republic, as English speakers are calling them. Did I fall out?
Play it through.
Hello, Shankha?
Yeah, just a minute. No, just a minute.
I mean, Czechia is what they're called.
Play it through, and then we can adjudicate it because that's not correct.
No,
I don't know if that's the correct answer. That's my guess. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what our moderators.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
after
prompt, I'll prompt on Czechia.
Oh yeah, I realized what I've done now. Yeah. Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, Czechoslovakia is correct. There's a prompt on Czechia. I just asked.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a
Sorry.
prompt.
I probably shouldn't have had that point because I.
Yeah, you didn't say anything for like 45 seconds. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
Those are definitely the same thing. So either you got to prompt right away or do something.
Yeah, apologies for that. Santosh, in the Percy Jackson books, which creature first appears to the protagonist as a pet chihuahua, accompanying a fat lady who is later revealed to be Echidna, mother of all monsters. This hybrid creature from mythology was known for its ferocity and its ability to breathe fire, and was usually depicted as a monster with the body of a lion, the head of a goat protruding from its back, and a serpent's tail. The hero Bellerophon took the help of Pegasus, the winged horse, and brought down this creature.
Chimera.
Chimera is correct. In Flash for Freedom, Harry Flashman is thrown into the world of slavery and encounters the Underground Railroad, which helped slaves find freedom. His many roles in the novel include a stint on a ship involved in the West African slave trade, slave driver on a plantation, a slave himself, and a slave stealer fleeing from vigilantes. At the end of the book, Flashman pompously states that these adventures were the basis for which 1852 book, though the emphasis was shifted away from.
for lack of a better guess, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Okay, Brandon. When planetary scientists discussed the need for an adjective for planet Venus, the obvious choice, based on principles of Latin names, was venereal. This was rejected due to the unfortunate similarity with venereal disease. While Venusian is now in vogue, originally what adjective, stemming from the Greek island birthplace of Aphrodite, was used widely in scientific literature? This island is the source of the oldest known example of an analog computer and is a destination in this Watteau Rococo painting shown.
Kythera.
Yeah, Kythera is correct. Well done. The painting is called The Embarkation for Kythera.
Okay.
A mix of the sweetheart neckline and a high neck identify this neckline style, named after a gout-affected monarch who reunited England and Scotland. This ruler's intimate relationship with childhood friend Sarah Jennings Churchill was the subject of the recent award-winning film The Favourite.
Queen Anne.
Yeah, Queen Anne is correct. Yep. Okay, Vinod. The Marian apparition of Our Lady of Guadalupe appeared to Juan Diego in 1531, resulting in the miraculous imprint of her image on his cloak known as the tilma, which remains preserved today. Which Academy Award-winning actress's name is a diminutive of Guadalupe? In 2014, this Kenyan Mexican became the first Mexican-born actress to win an Oscar for her role in 12 Years a Slave. Good name.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, Lupita Nyong'o. In the year without the summer, high levels of tephra caused a haze in the sky. This in turn pronounced the shift in paintings at the time with more reddish yellow tinge as compared to blue. The paintings, The Monk by the Sea and Two Men by the Sea, shows the clear difference. Which painter whose most well-known abyss steering work was also from 1818 painted these? Five seconds.
Pass.
Pass goes to Brandon.
Caspar David Friedrich.
Yeah, correct. Wanderer above the sea of the fog.
Nice.
Okay, Kristian. The first siblings to win Olympic medals were William and Charlotte, both for archery in 1908. While William faded into obscurity, Charlotte also played golf, field hockey, and most famously tennis, winning 5 Wimbledon titles. The Guinness Book of Records has named her as the most versatile female athlete of all time. What was their common surname?
Pass.
Pass, Santosh.
Rosewater.
Pass.
Going to Vinod.
Pass.
Next there. So she was known as Dodd. That's the surname. Lottie Dodd.
Oh.
The Ishtar Terra on planet Venus also contains 2 large volcanic caldera, while one is named after Sacagawea, the Native American explorer. The other is named after a mononymous French author whose 2018 biopic starred Keira Knightley in the titular role. Identify Her, whose 1944 novella's adaptation won 9 Oscars for each of its 9 nominations at the 1959 ceremony.
Completely blanking. Pass.
Okay, Brandon.
Colette.
Yeah, correct. Colette is
Nice.
of reference to Jiggy there. Okay, Santosh. Anu Malik had his share of original compositions and inspired compositions. The song in the film Akele Hum Akele Tum is a rip-off from the theme song of which 1970s movie? The original was composed by the Italian
The Godfather.
Her father, Sami Blanc Dominguez, was born in Lebanon and moved to Mexico, where he met and married Diana Jimenez Medina. Who were we talking about? Whose career achievements include an Oscar nomination for playing Frida Kahlo. She is now well known for her philanthropy.
Salma Hayek?
Yeah, correct. Also seen in the latest Black Mirror season. Brandon, with over 161 million YouTube subscribers, who has gone past PewDiePie as the most followed solo YouTuber on the planet. He was one of Time's 100 most influential people of 2022. His real life Squid Game video has more views than the actual Squid Game, and is credited with pioneering a genre of YouTube videos that center on expensive stunts.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast or Donaldson? Sarah Jo Chamoun wears a tattoo of the Lebanese national anthem. She moved to America in 2001 after the South Lebanon conflict, but was bullied due to her dark complexion and weird looks. She took her stage name from her dog and a rapper. How do we better know Sarah? Most likely courtesy a 3-month career shift in the mid-2010s.
Oh, is this Mia Khalifa?
That is correct. Yeah.
The porn star? Yeah, okay.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, Khalifa is correct. And Vinod, another negative event to occur on the Ides of March was in 1971 when CBS cancelled which talk show after it ran for nearly 23 years on the network. Originally titled Toast of the Town, it was later renamed after a New York entertainer who shares his surname with Helen Keller's teacher.
Sullivan.
Do you have a complete name?
Ed Sullivan Show.
Ed Sullivan. Obviously, this Ed Sullivan with the Beatles there, most watched program. In Flashman and the Mountain of Light, Flashman is involved in the First Anglo-Sikh War. What contentious yet prized UK possession is a key element in this novel, as the title of the book suggests? Yeah, it is the Kohinoor diamond. And Kristian, this neckline style originated in a French opera named after a gypsy written by Bizet from 1875. Off-shoulder, nearly linear neckline are we referring to? The name is shared with the forename of the titular protagonist of a video game, classified as a mystery exploration series, also made into a Netflix series that serves as an origin story for the fictional thieving villain.
Carmen?
Carmen is correct. Yep.
Nice.
Carmen Sandiego being the Netflix show. Historian L.D. Stilwell states that Vermont experienced a population drop of 10 to 15,000 deaths due to the year without a summer. Among the people who left was one Joseph Smith, who moved from Vermont to the religion-heavy Palmyra in New York. This shift led him to a series of visions, which became the basis of which 1830 book, the key religious text of the Latter-day Saint movement.
Is it called Book of Mormon?
Yes, correct. Book of Mormons. Okay, Santosh. The creators of The Last of Us were inspired by the fate of zombie carpenter ants to not show zombies as reanimated corpses, as is the pop culture norm. So which genus of club-headed sac fungi inspired the creators to show how fungi can alter our very minds, behaving like neurotransmitters in the brain? These fungi turned the host into a zombie slave, slowly devouring the carpenter ant and even sprouting through its head in one final indignity.
Cordyceps?
Yes, correct. Cordyceps, which
That's what they call it. Yeah.
means club-headed. Cordyceps. Okay, Santosh. An athlete who achieved legendary status with ASIC's lifestyle brand Onitsuka Tiger was which Finnish distance runner who was the first athlete to win gold medals in both the 5,000 and the 10,000 meter races at consecutive Olympic Games. When he won the 10,000 meter in 1976, he raised his spiked shoes in a gesture of thanks to the company's staff for fulfilling his urgent request to improve the shoes' heels.
Again, for lack of a better guess, Pavo Nurmi.
Not Pavo Nurmi. Vinod?
Pass.
Brandon?
Lasse Viren.
Nice answer. Has gone unanswered in many games. This is Lassi Viren. And final round, quite close game. Brandon. One of the first Marian apparitions, Our Lady of the Pillar, is unique in the sense that it may have occurred while Mother Mary was still alive. In AD 40, when James the Great was praying by the banks of Ebro, Mary bilocated from Jerusalem to this Iberian town more than 3,000 miles west. Which Spanish city is this, whose name is a colloquialization of Caesar Augusta? Okay, almost time.
Cordoba.
Not Cordoba, Vinod.
Pass.
Kristian.
Let's try Saragossa.
Correct. Saragossa.
Good.
Sir. And final direct for you. Codenamed SM-65, by what name do we better know the first operational ICBM developed by the US? The missile was named after a figure from Greek mythology condemned to hold up the heavens. Also, why he happened to be the figure of choice on a certain 1595 frontispiece and the name of a weight-bearing cervical vertebra.
Atlas.
Atlas is correct. Reference to the Mercator Atlas. All right, Vinod. One of the languages provided by Duolingo is which Native American language widely spoken north of the Mexico-USA border? This southern Athabascan language belonging to the Na-Tene family is referred to in this cheeky XKCD comic, which shows how US Marines selected code talkers who used this language to transmit secret messages during the Second World War.
Navajo.
Yep, Navajo is correct. Last direct for you. In the Percy Jackson book series, Grover Underwood is Percy Jackson's best friend. He is also a chosen of Pan. His appearance matches which kind of woodland spirits from Greek mythology, known for their half-human, half-goat appearance. Commonly associated with Dionysus, the god of wine and celebration, the term for these spirits is homophonous, but unrelated with the art of making someone or something look ridiculous in order to embarrass the target. Ten seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Passing? Okay. Santosh.
Pawn.
No. Kristian?
Satyr or Satyr?
Yeah, that is correct. Satyrs.
Ah.
All right, Kristian. It is not just the songs, but the plot of Akele Hum Akele Tum was heavily inspired. The movie revolves around an estranged couple's battle for the custody of their only son, which 1979 Hollywood movie starring Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep served as the inspiration.
Kramer versus Kramer.
Final direct for you. Codenamed LGM 118, which ICBM was inducted into service by the US Air Force in December 1986. The ironic choice of name has nothing to do with a certain UN department whose first activity was during the 1948 Arab Israeli War. In 1997 action film that follows Dolph Lundgren as a US Air Force Major Frank Cross, the only man who can prevent the POTUS from assassination, shares its title with the ICBM.
UN department.
Ten seconds.
I don't even know. Freedom Fighter.
No, Vinod.
Peacekeeper.
Peacekeeper is correct.
Oh, that's what they're called. Yeah.
Peacekeeper.
Mm.
Okay, final two directs. Here we go. Santosh. At the Rio 2016 Olympics, Estonian athletes Lina, Lili, Lila, Luik became the first set of identical triplets to participate against each other in the same Olympic event. Which competition did they take part in? Eventually won by Jemima Jelagat Sumgong of Kenya.
I'll say the marathon.
Is correct. Helpful image as well. We're wearing a watch. Marathon. And final direct. The characters in which 1966 Jean-Luc Godard movie, intended as a representation of Paris in the 1960s, were called Children of Marx and Coca-Cola, as an intertitle in the movie describes them. The film featured Paul, a romantic young idealist played by Jean-Pierre Luth, and budding pop star Madeline, played by real-life Yeye singer Chantal Goya, at, shall we say, opposite ends of the spectrum.
Jules and Jim.
No, not this is not Jules Jim. Vinod?
Pass.
Brandon?
Last question. I'll take a guess. Let's say red and violet.
No. Kristian?
Pass.
Okay.
If it was red and violet, I would have killed myself. I was thinking that opposite ends. Like,
Oh, that's what it's called.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
masculine, feminine. That ends the game. Brandon 17, Kristian 16, Santosh 15, Vinod on 11.
take care,
Thank
everyone.
you.